Hi, my name is Ann Cohen, and I'm the widow of Alan Cohen. He was the editor of the San Francisco Oracle back in the 60s. That was a psychedelic newspaper that had vision, quests, and solutions, rather than just saying what was wrong with the world. And Alan was true to humanity in regards to looking for solutions and to our problems, and he was a great poet. So I'm going to read some of his poems today. The first one I'm going to start with is The Cold Street Saint. Walking down the street, any sunny day, no one knows for how long, you can see if your eyes are open Charlie, the Cold Street Saint, usually hanging in on a bench or a stoop, or rolling down the street towards the ice cream parlor, or waddling up the street towards the Zen bakery. He looks like Humpty Dumpty, hastily put back together again. But if you're addicted to appearances, you might see what is rudely called a mongoloid idiot, and feel a twinge of pity, and walk away into the obsession of your own darkness. But if you walk right up to Charlie, he will light you up like a candle in a dark room. He will pierce your street armor, and you will be a naked child again, red face smiling, tongue hanging out. He'll take your hand and throw his arms around you, as if you're his prodigal son returning. He will press you firmly against his body, and if you close your eyes, try it. You will be immersed in the glow of selfless love. Then he'll ask you for a quarter for ice cream or a cupcake, and when you give it to him, he will bounce and with joy. He will hug you again until there is enough sunlight within you to melt the most frozen heart. Charlie is the cheapest saint in town, and he's accessible to all, dispensing innocence from his sidewalk flock. But be discreet. There is a fragility to goodness, and Charlie will be your friend, and you will be close to the heart of life. Alan's words are just as important now as they were when he wrote these, and he passed in 2004. This one here is called The Inner Child is Free, Christmas 2002. Well, another Christmas surrounds us. The California coast is in the midst of a wet parade of storm fronts. That baby Jesus is being born again in our minds, and we bring gifts to each other. For we don't we all have that innocence, fresh lilac of a child within us? But the world is moaning and bursting with hatred, and threats of war and weapons are baking and being shaken. The Arctic ice is melting, and the temperatures rising and falling at the same time. The fossil fuel is choking the planet. Even the plankton are dying. And what we need to awaken is lying there in a manger, yet in grave danger, as true innocence always is, waiting to enter the world's soul with the vigor of forgiveness and the energy of compassion, saving and becoming the child within. The cynicism of the world and the erratic pride of empire, the power of wealth, all will bow before this child. Think of all you can forgive. Think of that child within, lying in the blanket of the world, waiting for your love, waiting to be free of fear, waiting for your hand. When will this tornado of beauty that is buried within blow through us, all of us, the governments, the armies, the corporations, the leaders, the citizens? That is what it's all about. Not wars and slaughters and dying children, but the innocence of ecstasy and peace encircling our minds and encircling the world. Alan Cohen, December 18th, 2002. Okay, the next poem that I would like to read you got to turn it off. We're going to have to go back. Oh, darn. I can't find them. They're not there. I found it. I found it. It's okay, guys. Hold on. We're all right. Keep it all. The rebirth of the forest. The wind is blowing light, serious clouds through the blue sky. Leaves are talking in 10,000 voices. I let the sun slip through my closed eyelids and play with the light. I walk across the park. A golden snake shimmies down the asphalt path in front of me. Today, I celebrate the discovery that trees return 50 to 75% of rainfall to the atmosphere by respiration and evaporation, more than seas or rivers do when rain runs off bare mountains or plains into capillary rivers. Those wondrous ancient cultures that have burned their forests for heat and firing pottery and disappeared, leaving deserts in their place, now 200,000 acres of forest a day are being cut from the Amazon and parts of Africa and Asia, eliminating thousands of species and diminishing oxygen and rainfall. And here we are selling off American forests, less than 3% of the original redwood forest left in California. When will we plant 200,000 acres of trees a day, or even a month, to increase rainfall, downwind, and bring back dark forests, fertility, oxygen, habitats for plants and animals, and precious life-giving rains, before drought and desert dissolves more lives and cultures? We're bound together. Earth, air, water, plants, animals, humans, one embrace, one deep, long, timeless embrace, breath, in and out, in and out, yet we tear away from our all-embracing caress. Still hold truths for today. It really does. I wish that Alan's poems were not necessary anymore, but they are. And I think I have one more poem to read you, and I don't know where I put it. I know, I'll read the box. Alan used to work at the clock shop in North Beach, and people would come in and leave a little of their world with him, a little story. We've all done that sometimes. We've said something to strangers that we normally don't. This is called The Boxer. A short, lean, gray-haired man about 60 flashes a sweet smile as he enters one late afternoon. He's wearing a blue warm-up jacket, and he looks at all the English bobby helmets hanging from the ceiling and mentions that he should have bought a couple of the old bobby helmets in London when they changed helmets 3 years ago. I come to Frisco every 3 years, go to City Lights and Cafe Trieste, and think I'm talking with all the new artists and writers. I was here in the 50s. Alan and Jack and me started it all. I'm just kidding. I'm just an old boxer from Milwaukee. You can tell a boxer from the way he walks. I came to meet Ron Lundy in Redwood City in a hotel. He was a light heavyweight champion in 1937, and he's now 71. So I was sitting in the lobby watching people walk to the desk. But when he came in, I knew it was Ron. He had this balance like a ball bearing was inside him, and this cockiness in his walk. See, there's two things you never know about a fighter when he comes into the ring: his punch and his heart. You can see a guy with rippling muscles. You don't know how he got his punch. The punch comes from the right foot, from the sole of the right foot. You can feel it come through, swoosh. I always tell a boxer to take his natural stance. Nothing special, however he feels comfortable with it for him. Before a fight, a boxer weighs in at noon. What do you think a fighter eats then? Not steak. It's too dry. A fighter has to sweat, so he has to eat something greasy like pancakes or waffles. A good fighter has sweat. Be shining with sweat in the ring. If he don't sweat, he's gonna wilt. I show him the old leather boxer helmets on the dummy's head hanging from the ceiling, and he remarks, I don't like my boxers to wear helmets. It makes them feel safe and takes away their peripheral vision. I'm going over to City Lights and buy Coney Island of the Mine. I lost my copy. I like Ferlinghetti better than Ginsberg. His language is leaner. See ya. And he walks cockily out Grant Avenue. Thanks, guys. Thank you.